Ooh-wee, Ilia Topuria. Listen, it's been a while in the MMA world, well, in the UFC world, since we've had someone who we can say is a bona fide star, someone who ignites the fans, someone who doesn't just go out there and tries to wrestle the opponent, although wrestling is an appreciated art form, but I prefer to appreciate aggressive wrestlers, people who try and go for the finish, your Khabibs, your Khamzats, your Islam to there was that one time when Islam was fighting Volk and you could see he was wrestling for the sake of, surviving, which didn't look good, but he did get the finish in the subsequent fight. But, no shade to Bilal Muhammad, but, we appreciate people who don't just go there and use their wrestling to hold the person. Well, also no shade to Merab Divishali, but we appreciate those who don't just go out and use their wrestling to win a boring decision. We appreciate those who use their wrestling and show that they can use it to dominate and get favorable positions, as Ilia showed against Max Holloway, but then they also have that knockout power. They have the capabilities to finish their opponent, and that's what we've seen with other wrestlers, very aggressive wrestlers. We've seen that they can finish their opponents. They're not just hugging it out to the decision, and that's what Ilia presents. And also on top of that, Ilia has knockout power, as I said, and that is what we have been craving since Conor McGregor in the featherweight division. When last did we see a fighter with that ability to just take another human's lights out? Heck, I would even argue that Ilia might be even more dangerous than Conor McGregor, because Conor never actually finished Max Holloway. That was one of the few times that Conor went to a decision in the featherweight division, but Ilia took Max Holloway's lights out. Heck, Dustin couldn't finish Max Holloway, Justin couldn't finish Max Holloway, and those are people who are regarded as power punchers. But then you have Ilia, who took his lights out, who made Max go to sleep. Oh man, I do not want to relive that. But with all the hype that Ilia is getting, I understand why everyone feels as though that this is the star, this is the man who's going to carry the torch of the UFC, this is the dude that's going to become a global superstar. He has Spain behind him, he has the Latin world behind him, he has Georgia behind him, he has a good amount of followers. Man, the dude even has a beautiful house in Madrid. I was like, is this dude getting paid what Volkanovski, Mighty Mouse was getting paid? Because this man must be making good money. Oh, he has crazy sponsorships in Spain. I mean, he chills with Sergio Ramos, he chills with superstars in Spain. But alas, that's besides the point. The point here is that Ilia came out and said that he has the ability to submit Islam Makhachev, and as good as his wrestling is, it is not at the level of Islam Makhachev. Surely Ilia cannot be that delusional to believe that he could but he could submit Islam Makhachev. If he came out and said, I can and would knock out Islam Makhachev, I'd be inclined to agree. I mean, this dude just knocked out Max Holloway. What more can I say? He might just have that knockout power, and we have seen Islam get knocked out. Now, to be fair, Islam did become the most defensive boxer in the lightweight after getting knocked out earlier on in his career, but Ilia has this power that just looks terrifying. But if it were to be a wrestling match, or if they were to engage in the wrestling exchange, I just feel like Islam is much better than Ilia Topuria in that department. And I feel like if Ilia were to chase that, and Ilia does seem like the person who'd want to chase it, and he wants to call his shot. He said, listen, I'm going to put Max Holloway to sleep. He put him to sleep. He said, I'm going to put Volk to sleep. I'm going to put him to sleep. And now he's saying he would be the first to submit Islam. I feel like he definitely wants to do that. He wants to prove his dominance. And listen, if he was able to do that, then Ilia goes down as the greatest, because he would be the dude who called his shots and actually done what he said he would do, and also being the first to submit Islam Makhachev, or being the first to submit anyone from that camp of Khabib, would just be, I feel like that's the one fight. If Ilia were to go out and submit Islam Makhachev, surely Khabib comes out of retirement. Now listen, I'm exaggerating. Khabib's never coming out of retirement. He basically weighs, I don't know, whatever Stipe Miocic weighs, Khabib probably walks around at that at this point. But let me know in the comment section, do you guys think that Ilia would have the capabilities, or is he right in believing that he could be the first to submit Islam Makhachev, or he has the capabilities to submit Islam Makhachev? I doubt it. I genuinely doubt it. I feel like if they were to fight, Islam would be very, very smart and intelligent about it, and he would use his wrestling in a way to dominate the exchanges, in a way to, win the rounds. Islam would, I believe, try his level best to avoid danger, avoid getting into a striking battle with Ilia, unless his ego just takes over. Then listen, man, as long as you have a chin and Ilia can find it, you're going to sleep. Ilia has proved that his power translates to various rounds in a fight. He doesn't just does have that power in the first round. Listen, with Conor McGregor, remember, he usually had his power within the first 3 rounds, and then after that, you knew that Conor's, if he can't go past the first 3 rounds, it's most likely a decision. But man, yeah, Ilia is he's different. He's different.